Well, hello. Howdy do. How are ya? Welcome in. You have found my channel somehow. I know there's some new energy here. You have found my channel. So welcome in. We do a morning message Monday through Friday, and today we do a live. We do Friday lives every single week. If you're looking for the May individual zodiac readings, they're already up on the channel, so you can check those out. All right, let's see where we go. Let's see where we go. All right. Ta-da. Ta-da. Community. Yep, I saw this card the other day. Fork in the road. Building blocks. Okay, so for some of you, new or not, for some of you, you're starting with a new life or a new group of friends or a new job or some kind of definitively new energy in your life. That's maybe what the newness is I'm picking up. So some of you who've been with the channel for quite a long time may have some big changes happening. Okay. So very, very interesting. This does feel like you've made a decision and you're starting to, build the foundation of that decision. You're starting to, whether it's a relationship you've decided to enter into, or it's a job, you've decided to take the job, you put some money down on a house, you've booked your flight reservations, whatever it is, it's a definitive departure from where you have been. Okay. And I don't know, for some of you, it may be starting over. Okay. For some of you, it may be starting over. Maybe not in every area of your life, but maybe one particular area of your life. Okay, so you could have left behind, a group of friends. It just didn't work for you anymore. They were interested in stuff and you've kind of outgrown it. You've definitely outgrown something here. Okay. Yep. Some toxic energy. Look at the sun here. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like somebody, all right, there's some kind of second guessing of yourself here. Even though what you're going toward is, this is like something that the universe put in your path. In order for you to move away from something that was unhealthy. I mean, this is unhealthy, but that community might not have seemed super toxic or anything like that. It was just I just kind of outgrew it. I don't really care about that particular thing that we all had in common anymore. Maybe you've quit drinking and your old buddies are, really into going to bars and stuff like that. Maybe that's not a thing for you anymore. Or maybe the old relationship revolved around a work situation and you don't work there anymore. And so those friendships kind of just float away if they are not anchored in something else. Okay. So typically, a lot of times this can happen in a intimate relationship when the thing you had in common is not a thing anymore. It happens to a lot of couples around children. If their whole relationship is built on the children, when the children go away, what have we got? I used to say this to my ex-husband. I was always like, we have to have something that we build together. We had no children, so there had to be some kind of real commonality here that would be sustainable. Okay. And even then, you can just kind of outgrow relationships. Sometimes things just end. Doesn't have to be insidious, doesn't have to be toxic. Sometimes you just outgrow something and it's perfectly normal and natural to do so. I do feel like the person, because of that devil energy, I'm feeling like that person might have been a touch on the side of a manipulator or a little bit narcissistic. You can be a little bit. It's not like being a little bit pregnant. You can be a little bit narcissistic. We all are. Okay. If you've ever wondered if you're the narcissist, if you really are the one, you're not. Okay. Real true people on that timeline or on that continuum that are really down past a certain point where that's their personality. They never wonder that. They never do. Okay? If you've ever wondered, probably have some healthy level of narcissism. We all do. Okay, totally normal. This Five of Swords is, though, manipulation. So I feel like, you did walk toward the sun, you did take a fork in the road towards something that's healthier for you, and there's a reward for this coming up. Ace of Cups could be new friendship, new job, whatever it is. Nine of Cups, Six of Pentacles. I've seen a lot of that one. Knight of I'm feeling Virgo here too. Knight of Pentacles, Cancerian energy here. So these readings, for those of you who are new, these readings are not really anchored in any particular zodiac sign, but if I do see them and I call them out, I'll take a look at them in the extended. Okay, just so we all know the rules of the road here. I see Virgo, I see Cancerian energy, I see Sag and Pisces, and I see Leo and Capricorn here. That's a lot already. Hanged Man, King of Swords, Aquarian energy there. Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups. Beautiful. A lot of tens can be about the end of a cycle. All right. I feel like one of you was getting what you wanted. You might have been receiving a lot from another person. This could be the other person. Receiving a lot from you, a taker. Okay. Someone who was take. And at one point, it might have been reciprocal. That's, I think, the most insidious part of relationships that, may not appear toxic in the beginning, or may not have they may not be a manipulator, but they become one over time. That's why when we talk about boundaries and having good boundaries and, allowing a relationship to move in a way that you're comfortable with, that person's behavior, you know what I mean? Dr. Todd Grande, another YouTuber, is really great at talking about these things, about how to work with boundaries in order to, keep yourself safe. I mean, you can put up like barricades and stuff like that, but then you'll never have a relationship that is based on mutual sharing or trust or anything like that. There's some kind of balance here, and I feel like it works individually. So it's like custom made for each relationship. So this person might have seemed like the one you wanted. Nine of Cups. You might have asked the universe. This could be friendships. This could be a committed relationship that you were in, okay, or you are in, or you are considering getting out of right now. And this person is really getting more back from you than they're giving. It's possible this person just got comfortable, and you might not have squawked too much about it. You might have been like, hey, this really seems like a relationship where you're take, and I'm not really getting heard or listened to or anything like that. You might feel that way about this person. Now, if you say that to them and they're like, oh, wow, okay, holy crap, I didn't realize I was doing that. I just got comfortable, I guess. I'm so sorry. Let's work on that. Cool. If they get pissed about that, not cool. Okay? Mostly because they're pissed because they're getting what they want and they don't really want to change it. Okay? And if they get angry about this and they resist any kind of change or any kind of discussion about that, then you got a taker on your hands. I feel like the Chariot and the Hanged Man, about moving forward, you might have been moving beyond this person. Okay? And so that could be a reason for the shift in behavior, that they were trying to control the situation in some way, shape, or form, and they saw you as like expanding and moving into your gifts, and they became toxic, became controlling, because the relationship was no longer on equal footing. Okay? And I feel like you did that for a while, Hanged Man. I feel like you might have stayed in that stuck energy for a while. King of Swords. King of Swords takes no bullshit. Okay? King of Swords is like, what? This is toxic? Off with your head. No problem with that. Okay? And I like the King of Swords is here, because I feel like this relationship might have worked. Eight of Pentacles, literally the definition of work. It worked. But then it became too much. 10 of Wands. And now you're looking for something that is Ace of Cups to the 10 of Cups. You're looking for something that is a shared experience, give and take, Six of Pentacles. So I do feel like you are moving in the right direction here. The issue seems to be that when you do choose this fork in the road, okay, when you're doing that, you could have already done that, or you could be in the process of doing it now. You get a face full of this, full of Five of Swords. You get a face full of manipulation and control. This person's controlling nature may have been so subtle. Okay, so it may not really be all that obvious, but there's a difference. If you have any kind of experience with this person over more than a couple of weeks, okay, I feel like this person, this has been, I'm going to say, at least 6 to 10 year friendship or relationship or something like that. I feel like this relationship has been around for a long time. This is a significant relationship, enough to build a community around it, enough to build, a family around it, or build a friendship around it. Significant relationship. Knight of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles. Slow growth, okay? It's been slow growth. The thing that's changed is you. And that may have triggered this person into controlling behavior. They're worried about losing you. Okay, so again, if you do some communication around this and be like, hey, I've noticed this, that, and the other thing, and they go like, oh, because there's a little fish in, frog in boiling water thing here, where things change so incrementally that this person may not really know that they're doing it. They might be very unconscious for them to behave in that way. That could be true. And a conversation or two may change it. So I think that's worth, if this person has been in your life long enough, 6 to 10 years or something like that, long enough for you to have a conversation about it, to consider that there might be some kind of unconscious behavior about it, okay. Now, here's the litmus test. How do they respond to your change? So you changed once, right? You're growing, you're moving down your spiritual path. You're no longer interested in certain kinds of behaviors that you might have had in common. You're not really syncing up with them. You're feeling, a lot more that this is out of balance. And so once you communicate that, a little bit of King of Swords here is not a bad thing. I feel like you don't want to be like off with your head until you realize what they are coming across here as they're getting what they want, and they're coming across as the Knight of Pentacles. You know what we talk about with the Knight of Pentacles? Slow. So, while the behavior has changed slowly over time, I don't know that you can really expect like on a dime change, okay? I feel like if this relationship has had enough staying power, you might want to give it more chance than the King of Swords would, off with your head. But I do feel like don't stop growing, don't stop doing what you're doing, right? That's codependent. You're like trying to hang back, so they catch up. No. Do what you're going to do. You're here to grow, you're here to learn. If this is over, this is over. If this relationship has ended in a certain way, or is it, it might, because I do feel like you coming into the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune is making this person want to put you in a cage. They're afraid. They're afraid that you're growing beyond them. And you know why they're afraid? Because they're right. They're right. So how do they react to this? I think that's going to give you a lot of sense of, number one, this person may be acting unconsciously. If that's the case, okay, it deserves some conversation. It deserves some incremental change. Okay. But if you've already had these conversations, maybe not a King of Swords conversation, but if you've already been like, I'm kind of feeling like this over the last few years, if you've been having conversations If you've been noticing things over years and you've already kind of like, you know, talked about it a little bit, like, I'm feeling a little bit this way, I'm feeling a little bit that way, I'm wondering if this might be a time when we need to have some couples counseling, or if we need to, and they're unwilling to do anything. King of Swords. Okay? Because that's going to show you what their real priority is. Is their priority, hey, I got what I want. How dare you ask for what you want? If that's the case, King of Swords. Okay? So I'm going to see where we go here. I do like, there's a lot of zodiac signs here. Like I said, Virgo and Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sag, and Pisces. So if you are any of those signs, or if you're dealing with any of those signs, I'm going to pull a few cards around those signs in the extended. Okay? So if you want to continue on with me, because I like this ten of Cups where you're going. If you want to continue on, this resonated, the link is below. If you're on Patreon, the rest of the reading starts right now.